What's going on, everyone? Hayden here. Got a sort of a new destination, a new backdrop today. Just having a walk in the lovely Eastbourne here, which is where I live now. Currently lived here for about two and a half months. Hope you enjoyed the vlog. If you haven't seen it, it's the video back from this. Go and have a look. Got a really good review. Not review, but it got loads of views on that, so I'm really happy about that. In this video, I want to talk about the pros and cons of online arbitrage. Now, this isn't RA, this isn't wholesale, not private label, this is just for online arbitrage, because that's what I do predominantly at the moment. I'm just about to start getting into wholesale, but I think there is some sort of misconception around wholesale and how good that is compared to other things such as online arbitrage, or you know what I mean, things like that. So I just want to do this video just to explain my opinion from what I see in the online arbitrage space. So now, I'm under the belief 100%, I've learned this from many coaches, mentors that I follow, even if they haven't, you know, that I just vicariously follow. Nothing is all good or all bad. You've got some things, and a lot of people see something as good or bad. There's nothing that's all good and there's nothing that's all bad. That's the first thing I want to say. When I first started getting into the space, it was kind of, it was quite, there was always this layer of wholesale, like being the holy grail, or private label, or online arbitrage was always seen as the not so good business model. I think, maybe I'm wrong, but I think, but I've come to the understanding now, being a year and 1 month, year and 2 months into my journey, after doing 6 figures and stuff, that I don't think there is a good or a bad one. I don't think there is a right and wrong one. I think it's all down to your personal circumstances, and also how much money you want to make from Amazon itself. So let me explain what I mean. The pros of online arbitrage are as follows. The barrier to entry is quite low. That's a pro, okay? Obviously there's cons to that, but that's a pro. You can spread your risk along multiple SKUs, okay? There's not really many issues of, okay, your items do get saturated. Don't get me wrong, they do definitely get saturated, but it's never the end of the world, because if you're doing it correctly, you should only be buying a few items of that product unless you've tested it really intensely. So it's never really the end of the world. So the risk, the barrier to entry is low, the risk is really low. And actually it's a very sizable business. Obviously there's a few people that do 50, 100,000 pounds, I'd say, turnover a month sometimes, especially over Q4 in this business. It's and obviously another big thing is that it is quite a rural business, you know what I mean? You can run it from anywhere in the world, which is also another big benefit to the business, big time. You know, you can run it from anywhere in the world. You can be, I want to do a lot of traveling by the end of the year, coronavirus dependent, and I can run it from anywhere in the world. You know, got the prep centre, training up the VAs, you know, and can have a lot of free time. There's so many benefits to it. Now, obviously the downsides to it are that no matter what people say, I think it is capped to a certain level. Now, that level could be 50, 100k, right? I think it is sort of capped. I'm not going to go into it in this video, but I do think there is some sort of cap on it. It's never going to be a huge business, but you could do sort of 1 million, maybe 2 million, I don't know, 1.5 million, 2 million, but I think you're probably around about capped then on the specifically online arbitrage. Obviously there's a lot of competition. The barrier to entry is low, so there is a lot of competition that comes with that. Obviously there's goods and bads, there's a lot of competition that comes with it as well. Obviously sometimes you're going to get IP violations a lot more than you would unless you're getting sort of brand deals, wholesale and stuff. There's risk of the IP violations there, so there's more risk on your account, because you're spreading, although you're spreading your risk financially with different products, you're spreading your risk, you're not spreading your risk as well when it comes to IP violations, because you're on hundreds of brands possibly, so at any one time they could spike you with an IP violation which could affect your account, which could affect this income stream. So that's obviously something that's got to be thought about. But in general, I think if you are looking for a business that can be run with wholesale, the thing is, it's like you've got to do it properly. Like you need set addresses, things like that. You need a set address. You need you want to be taking big suppliers on. They don't really like taking them on for wholesale unless you've got a set address for your warehouse to send the products out. and things like that. So there's definitely a few there's definitely a few cons to wholesale as well. So as I said, there's nothing all good and nothing all bad. If you want to make loads of money just from Amazon, I think that definitely wholesale is the way to go, and brand deals and stuff. Anyone that's doing sort of 7-8 figures are doing that, really. You know, that's the sort of truth behind it. Obviously private label if you hit it big, but I think wholesale brand deals if you want to hit it big. But you need to be dedicating a lot of your life to that. You need your own premises, really. You need your own warehouse to hit it as hard as you want to hit it. Yes, you can use a prep centre, but I think to a certain level, and then you've got to take it in house. Not only for margins because they're a lot smaller, but for, you know, a lot of wholesalers don't really want to work with people unless they've got their own premises and things like that. So that's sort of my opinion really on the whole thing. You know, if you're just coming into this, don't think to yourself that wholesale has to be the goal. I think people think that they're sort of belittled if their goal isn't wholesale. It doesn't have to be like that. There's nothing wrong with just doing online arbitrage. If you just want to do that, then you do that. You build a good income stream from that. Exactly what I'm doing, you know. I'm not quite there yet, but I'm getting there. I believe that, taking the steps day after day. I'm not going to grow it massively. If I had the intention just to make loads of money from Amazon, then I would be doing wholesale right now, and I would have my own warehouse. You know, I could do that, but I don't want to do that. I want to go travel the world. I want to build multiple income streams so it's not all in one basket. So nothing's all good, nothing's all bad. It's just your perception on it. I do not think that... I don't think one's better than the other. It depends on your goals. It depends how much money you want to make. Depends your situation. Do you want to travel? Do you want to have to stay in one location? So that's my opinion on arbitrage, wholesale, business models on Amazon. I'll speak to you soon.